The flickering images on a screen, the hushed anticipation in a darkened theater, the shared experience of laughter, tears, and gasps. This is the magic of film. For millions around the globe, one name stands above all others in bringing this magic to life: Walt Disney. His story isn't just about animation, it's a testament to unwavering vision, relentless innovation, and the power of dreams. Journey with us as we explore the extraordinary life of the man who built an empire on imagination. Walter Elias Disney was born on December 5, 1901 in Chicago. He was one of 5 children to Elias and Flora Call Disney, but the true foundation of his creative spirit was laid when his family moved to Marceline, Missouri, a quaint, idyllic small town that would forever influence his artistic vision. Marceline's charm and simplicity, with its main street and surrounding farms, became the nostalgic blueprint for the iconic Main Street USA in his theme parks. Even as a child, Walt was fascinated by trains, a passion fueled by his uncle, who was a train engineer. However, Walt's childhood wasn't simply a fairy tale. His father, Elias, was strict and often struggled financially. Young Walt experienced hardship firsthand, delivering newspapers in Kansas City, sometimes as early as 4:30 a.m., enduring harsh weather conditions. These early experiences instilled in him a deep work ethic, but also a desire for escape into the world of imagination. It was in these tough times that his first artistic stirrings emerged. He'd take basic art lessons and draw farm animals, often selling his small sketches to neighbors to earn a little extra money. Art quickly became his refuge. Later, he attended McKinley High School in Chicago, where he continued to take art classes, honing his skills. When World War I broke out, a teenage Walt, eager to serve, even falsified his age to join the Red Cross Ambulance Corps, serving in France shortly after the armistice. Upon returning from the war, Walt's initial ambition leaned towards acting, but a different path opened in Kansas City when he landed a job as an apprentice artist at Pesman Rubin Commercial Art Studio. It was there he met a talented young animator named Ub Iwerks. Their shared passion for art led them to form their own short-lived venture, Iwerks Disney Commercial Artists. This early partnership, though brief, was crucial. Walt then moved on to work for the Kansas City Film Ad Company, where he gained invaluable experience in animation techniques. Armed with this knowledge and a burning desire to create, he took the bold step of starting his own studio, Laughograms Studio. He brought in promising animators, including Ub Iwerks and Hugh Harmon, creating short experimental films that blended live action and cartoons, such as the Alice Comedies. Despite their creative innovation, Laughograms struggled financially and ultimately declared bankruptcy in 1923. With just $40 in his pocket and an unshakable dream, Walt packed his bags and headed for Hollywood, the burgeoning capital of the film industry. Arriving in Hollywood, Walt immediately reached out to his older brother, Roy O. Disney, who was recovering from tuberculosis in California. Roy, with his practical business acumen, agreed to join Walt in this ambitious new venture. In 1923, they officially founded the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studio, with Walt focusing on the creative aspects and Roy managing the finances and operations. Their first significant breakthrough came with securing a distribution deal for the Alice Comedies, giving their fledgling studio a foothold in the industry. As their success grew, the need for original characters became clear. In 1927, they created Oswald the Lucky Rabbit for distributor Charles Mintz. Oswald quickly gained popularity, becoming a beloved character. However, this success was short-lived. In a ruthless business move, Mintz attempted to take over the character and, even worse, tried to poach Disney's key animators, including Ub Iwerks. Walt was faced with a stark choice: succumb to Mintz's demands or walk away. He chose the latter, vowing never again to lose control of his creations. This painful betrayal became a defining moment. It was on the long train ride home from New York, after losing Oswald, that the legend of Mickey Mouse's creation began. With an urgent need for a new character, Walt conceived of a cheerful, mischievous mouse, initially named Mortimer. It was his wife, Lillian Disney, who suggested the more friendly and iconic name, Mickey. Ub Iwerks played a crucial role in bringing Mickey to life, designing his now famous appearance. Walt Disney was never one to rest on his laurels. He immediately recognized the potential of emerging technology. While silent films were still the norm, Walt made the audacious decision to release Mickey Mouse's third short, Steamboat Willie, in 1928, with fully synchronized sound. Despite the immense financial risks, Walt was insistent. The result was revolutionary. Steamboat Willie was an instant sensation, making Mickey Mouse an overnight star and firmly establishing Disney as a pioneer in animation technology. Mickey Mouse quickly transcended the screen, becoming an international icon, leading to a boom in merchandise and global recognition. Not content with just Mickey, Walt launched the Silly Symphony series in 1929. This was more than just another cartoon series. It was a creative laboratory. The Silly Symphonies became a platform for experimenting with new animation techniques, exploring different styles, and developing new characters without the pressure of Mickey's established persona. This era saw continuous innovation. In 1932, Flowers and Trees became the first full-color cartoon, utilizing the then-new Technicolor process. Its groundbreaking visuals earned Disney his first Academy Award for animated short film, further cementing his commitment to pushing the boundaries of the medium. The innovation continued with films like The Old Mill, 1937, which famously pioneered the multiplane camera. This invention added unprecedented depth and realism to animation, making it appear three-dimensional and truly setting the stage for Walt's biggest gamble yet, the animated feature film. Hollywood scoffed. They called it Walt's folly. The idea of a full-length animated feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, seemed utterly insane. Critics predicted audiences would tire of cartoons after just a few minutes. Even his brother Roy had serious reservations about the immense financial investment. But Walt's conviction was unwavering. For years, the studio poured resources into its production, developing new animation techniques, refining character animation, and painstakingly attending to every detail. Artists studied human anatomy, observed live animals, and experimented with color and perspective to bring the fairy tale to life with unprecedented realism and emotion. When Snow White finally premiered in 1937, it was an unprecedented triumph. It garnered critical acclaim, broke box office records, and proved definitively that an animated feature could captivate audiences for 90 minutes and beyond. It revolutionized the entire animation industry and validated Walt's audacious vision. The success of Snow White paved the way for a string of other animated masterpieces: Pinocchio, 1940, Fantasia, 1940, Dumbo, 1941, and Bambi, 1942. These films were artistic masterpieces, pushing creative and technical boundaries, though some faced financial challenges due to the outbreak of World War II. This period also saw a difficult chapter for the studio, with the studio strike of 1941, highlighting complex labor disputes and Walt's evolving relationship with his burgeoning workforce. World War II presented significant challenges and shifts for the studio. During the war, Disney dedicated its resources to producing propaganda films, training films for the military, and morale-boosting shorts, significantly contributing to the war effort. However, the post-war era brought its own difficulties, with the studio experiencing a temporary slump in major blockbusters. But Walt's resilience and creative drive ensured a return to form. The 1950s saw a resurgence with beloved animated features like Cinderella, 1950, Alice in Wonderland, 1951, and Peter Pan, 1953. A successful return to classic fairy tales that resonated strongly with audiences and performed well at the box office. Walt wasn't just confined to animation. He began to diversify the studio's offerings, venturing into live-action films with productions like Treasure Island, 1950, and the visually stunning 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, 1954, further expanding the studio's creative and commercial reach. Perhaps one of his most visionary moves was recognizing the power of the emerging medium of television. He launched the Disneyland anthology series in 1954, which cleverly served a dual purpose: entertaining audiences and promoting his most ambitious dream yet, the theme park. This was quickly followed by the Mickey Mouse Club, 1955, a phenomenon that captivated children across the nation, making Disney a household name for a new generation. The culmination of Walt's lifelong dream was Disneyland. His vision wasn't just another amusement park. It was to be a clean, safe, and immersive environment where families could genuinely enjoy themselves together, a stark contrast to the often seedy and run-down amusement parks of the era. The inspiration came from his observations of families at traditional parks, wishing there was a place for parents and children to have fun side by side. Financing such an ambitious project was an enormous challenge, forcing Walt to use personal assets and leverage the popularity of his television show for funding. Groundbreaking began in 1954. Disneyland opened its gates on July 17, 1955. Despite a chaotic opening day, its popularity was immediate and overwhelming. It was a groundbreaking concept, introducing innovations like audio animatronics, meticulously themed lands, and fully immersive experiences that transported guests. Disneyland quickly became known as a laboratory for future ideas, a place where innovation and storytelling converged. But Walt's grand vision didn't stop there. He secretly began acquiring vast tracts of land in Florida for an even more ambitious project. A massive new resort that would include not just another theme park, but a futuristic, experimental prototype community of tomorrow, Epcot, a living city designed to showcase innovation. Walt Disney remained creatively involved in his projects until his final years, even as his health declined. He was diagnosed with lung cancer and passed away on December 15, 1966. The world mourned the loss of a true creative genius. However, his vision did not die with him. His brother, Roy O. Disney, driven by a profound determination to fulfill Walt's final dream, ensured the completion of the Florida project, renaming it Walt Disney World in his brother's honor. The Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World opened in 1971, carrying on Walt's legacy. Walt Disney's impact is unparalleled. His work fundamentally changed animation, entertainment, theme parks, and popular culture globally. His name remains synonymous with imagination, innovation, and timeless storytelling. His philosophies and creative principles continue to guide the Walt Disney Company, a testament to the enduring power of a dreamer who truly believed that if you can dream it, you can do it.